I am happy to have with me today Professor Norah Keating. She is from Swansea University, Northwest University, South Africa, and also University of Alberta. And you also direct the IAGG Global Social Issues on Aging. So tell me what that's about.
The GSIA is a consortium of groups of people around the world who are looking at big social and economic issues in aging. Things like, what do economic recessions do to older people? How does aging interact with things like climate change when you've got floods and various kinds of disasters? What happens when people move around the world, migrate for work, and what does that mean for older people who might be left behind? So big issues.
And are these just the major issues with aging globally? Are there more?
There are certainly some of the big issues. I would say at the kind of global country policy level, some of the issues are around things like, do countries have national strategies about aging? How are they managing issues of aging? Lots of things about place and are people aging well in the places where they live, and many more about social relationships. We expect families to be the core supporters to older people, yet families aren't always present or able or interested in providing that support.
And this is great research and we're talking about it, but why is this so important? Why do we need this discussion?
Well, we need this discussion in part because there's a lot of rhetoric out there about population aging being a big disaster. And in fact, older people are often the big resources. They have the economic resource. They're often the carers for children, grandchildren. So they're huge contributors. So we need to change the discussion about aging and older people.
And Dr. Keating, what parameters do you think should be set around thinking and acting differently when we're talking about this in response to global aging?
Well, I think one of the big ones is that we're seeing more diversity among older people. Some are doing extraordinarily well. Some are really more and more disadvantaged. And I think we can't afford, from a social justice point of view, to exclude so many older people who could otherwise be engaged and really be full citizens.
It's almost like we have to apologize for getting older. Do you see this changing almost?
Well, I think it might be changing. You know, part of the way it's changing is you've got big organizations like the World Health Organization saying to countries, you cannot afford not to act on issues of aging. So I think attitudes are beginning to change. World congresses like this do help, and getting the word out helps a lot.
Speaking of the World Congress, what do you want your attendees that listen to you speak today take away from those talks?
Well, I hope that one of the things they will take away is some ideas about what kinds of actions could be taken in their country around policy issues, around issues of place where people live, and around the social relationships and what we expect of those in terms of supporting older adults.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Norah Keating. You are fantastic, and I'm so glad you joined me today.
My pleasure.
Nice to meet you.